Hi, if you are here for some exercise for beginners, you are in the right place. Today we're going to be covering a little bit of a crossover in movements, which is stuff that's going to cover your core as well as your glutes and hips. So the first movement we are going to be doing today are plank hip extensions. So you can do this from your hands, your fists, or your forearms. I'm going to do it from my hands. If you struggle with your wrists, you can do it from your fists. But from here, you're just going to find that core. You're going to tuck up a little bit, all right? We don't want saggy hips with our planks. We want nice and high. And from here, we're going to lift our leg, hold, 2, 3, down. Hold, 2, 3, down. We're going to extend that hip backwards. We do not want to overarch our back. We're keeping control of our core. Squeezing the glute and squeezing the hamstring. You're going to hold each rep for about 3 seconds at a time, working your way up to 10. From here, I'm going to have you go down into a forearm plank. And we're going to do like a Spiderman is what I call it. So lift up the leg, bring it up out to the side and back. Up, out, back. That one's great for mobility as well as some glute strength. From there, you're going to move into, I'm winded, a side plank. We're going to do this side plank from the knee. So make sure your shoulder is over the elbow. So you don't want it too wide here. And your hip and your knee are all relatively aligned so that when you come up, you are nice and straight. We're going to hold here. You're going to lift up that top leg. This one you're just going to hold. You're going to hang out here 30 seconds to start. Work your way up to a minute. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to have you flip over onto your back. All right, we're going to go into a glute bridge. We're going to do a glute bridge march. Important thing with this, we do not want our hips to sag. So you're going to lift, up, lift, up. It's kind of a precursor to eventually doing a single leg glute bridge. You can see I'm trying really hard for my hips to not sag. I'm not always very good at this one. Should probably do it more. And last but not least, just to throw in one that's conceptually a little bit easier to mentally bear, we're just going to do a hip leg raise. So a hip flexor leg raise. So you're going to lift and come over the block. Or you want to be sitting up nice and tall as you do this. So you want to do 10 on one side and 10 on the other. And over time, you can challenge yourself, make that goalpost a little higher. Ugh, this is definitely on the edge for me. But obviously, if that's too much, you could just start with it flat. Your block flat on the floor, or use some books or something to just have a goal in general. The objective is try and lift the leg at least a few inches off the floor to start as you travel it to the other side. All right, well, thank you for joining me on this week's episode of Exercise for Beginners. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in weekly updates on how to get started.